time to Riding the Peptides with your host, Chad Boney, or if you will, the bearded mounjaro. Today, we are going to be talking about GLP-1s. We're going to be talking about the shortages going on. You got the mounjaro, the zepbound, ozempic, Wegovy, Semaglutide, Tirzepatide, which is the compounds for these drugs. And then you have the dulaglutide, which is going to be your Trulicity and Victoza, and the numbers just keep on going on. The names keep going and going and going because GLP-1s just keep on growing. We keep getting more and more. But the issue at hand is we are running into shortages. Now, we have been battling this last year, and we find that this year we have the same problem, which was totally expected, considering the fact that we have now zepbound that has come out, which is the same compound, which is Tirzepatide is what it's called, but it's branded under zepbound. So we've had mounjaro the last couple of years or so. And then last, I believe, November, they came out with finally approving by the FDA for weight loss, obesity, all kinds of things. If you have, sleep apnea, if you have high cholesterol, if you're overweight, they consider it as obesity. You may be entitled to zepbound, which is going to be the same thing as mounjaro, but it is branded as zepbound for obesity. So that's something you might want to check out. Me personally, I've been on mounjaro for the last, 2.5 years since it came out. I guess 2 years in June. So we're coming up on that 2-year mark when I first started, which is really, really nice considering the fact that my A1C and blood sugars and weight and all that stuff, mainly more of my blood sugars, was completely out of control. I was at an A1C 11 plus. So if you are tuning in today, guys, welcome to the show. You are in the right place. Go ahead and smash that like button. Share this stream right now. Share this show with your friends. Get it out. Help this small channel. And I would highly appreciate it. Now, as you see below, become a member for as little as $1.99, and you get exclusive member-only perks to early access videos that I do. I post on there for my members only on some of the videos that you'll see behind the scenes. Maybe just special thoughts that I've had that I don't really want to share necessarily with the public, because I really do appreciate my members that go beyond everyone else and want to sew into this show, maybe pitch in a little bit here and there to help me with my time and my efforts with putting these content videos out to help you guys out along with this show. We do have a host today, or not a host, but we do have a sponsor of this show today, and they are running a little bit behind. We're going to be doing an interview with them today. We're going to be discussing options for you. So if you are currently out of mounjaro or zepbound, or maybe you run across the time where you can't get your Ozempic in the certain milligram dosage that you're looking for, or perhaps you're in it for the weight loss and you're looking for Wegovy, there are things out there that will help you. But this one today is a special one that I want to talk about because I think that they have something unique, something that is very helpful for many people. As you know, mounjaro is very, very expensive if you don't have insurance. And a lot of people don't have insurance, or perhaps maybe they have insurance, but they do not have the coverage that they would like for this mounjaro or zepbound, and maybe it's costing too much. I know a lot of people may be on the $25 coupon. So if you don't know about the $25 coupon, you got to look into it. I'll drop some information on that. It could probably save you if you're approved. $25 a month is what it would be. But that is an option for you if you are looking to get on mounjaro or zepbound, or perhaps maybe you've been on mounjaro and zepbound, but you're looking for better options as far as the pricing, because you've been paying $800, $900 plus for this medication. I've heard people the last year tell me on this channel they've drove several hundreds of miles to find this drug because of the shortage and just the fact of the price point and all that. So if you are tuning into today, guys, I'm going to share this with you later on. Make sure you stay tuned. We do have special options and giveaways for you today for people that will be joining us and being a part of this program. So if you are tuning in today, As I always say, make sure you drop it in the chat. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what milligram dosage you're on. Are you on zepbound? Are you on mounjaro? Are you on ozempic, Trulicity? I would love to know. I'd like to get to know you guys better on this channel. I'm going to check and see if this microphone is not working very well today. Please let me know in the chat. I'm turning it up just a little bit. I don't know if you can hear me a little bit better, but okay, I can hear myself just a smidge, a little bit better. But again, welcome to the show. This is a show that we are dedicated toward GLP-1s. I do a lot of, I don't want to say shows, but I do 2 shows on this channel. One's meant for men's grooming and one's for GLP-1s, weight loss, fitness, all that good stuff. And so that is why you're here, because maybe you are on zepbound and mounjaro or Ozempic, and you want to check out this stuff. We want to talk about Ozempic. We want to talk about the semaglutide, the compound, the tirzepatide compound, mounjaro. I don't want to say that this is the only route, but this is a great option for you today, guys. So I'm excited to share it with you. Again, I'm just buying time right now because our host, or I don't want to say, I keep saying host. I'm the host, guys. The bearded mounjaro bro right here, aka Chad, or aka bearded mounjaro bro, whichever way you want to look at it. I am your host today. But our sponsor is running just a little bit late, and so I'm trying to buy some time for them. So again, we're going to be doing some questioning and answering. We're going to be doing some special giveaway today, and we're going to be sharing about an option for you if you are finding yourself where you're paying way too much for this compound, name brand Mounjaro, or maybe you can't find it. I've been on 15 milligrams now forever. I got off of it for a while, dropped down to like 10, 12.5. And now I've made my way back up to 15. I was off of it for about, 2-3 weeks. And I definitely started seeing a difference in my blood sugars. My blood sugars started going up. Shout out to Jeffrey, brother. Good to have you today from Indiana. And he's taking Mounjaro, 10 milligrams. Welcome, brother. I love your beard, man. You're doing a great job, dude. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel today. Appreciate you, man. Again, I've been on 15 milligrams now for the last week. I've taken 1 shot. I did do a video recently, a short of me taking it. I was kind of making a joke about the deal, but yet I felt like, I hadn't had it in so long. So I was kind of fiending for Mounjaro, when your blood sugars start going up and your appetite starts increasing and you can't find that Mounjaro, that feeling absolutely stinks. But we just move on and continue and move on with what we've got. And so this is what we're going to talk about today. So just messaging my host today. Boom. We're going to get him on here, guys. So anyways, if you have a story of your Mounjaro experience or zepbound experience or Ozempic, whatever your GLP-1 is, if you have a story, I would love to know your story. Just kind of give us a brief comment in the chat. Let us know this is where I'm from. This is my milligrams. This is the drug that I take, the GLP-1. This is what my beginning A1C was. This is where it's at now. Maybe X amount of months it took to get here. Is your appetite suppression working? Is it not working? Are you eating less? Are you eating more? Are you sleeping better at night? For me, I had problems sleeping at night because I was always getting up in the middle of the night, going to the bathroom, urinating all the time because my blood sugars were like 200-300, sometimes 4 and 5 and beyond. And I'm just so surprised that I didn't end up in the hospital sometimes for all my high blood sugars. So I'm super excited. I think that the GLP-1s, like Mounjaro, for instance, is making a big difference in people's lives. I feel like it's a game changer. And I put that on a video probably almost 2 years ago, right when I got on it. It was about a month into it. I was like, man, this is an absolute game changer for me because my blood sugars, no matter what I did, I'm talking about I took metformin, I took Victoza, I took Ozempic, I took all these different medications, even insulin at one time when I was 300 plus pounds, I was taking insulin. And what's crazy is the insulin, yes, it would help short term with the blood sugars, but yet I would turn around and I would end up getting more weight put on, and it was absolutely awful. And that's the sad thing about the whole deal, because what you do is you try to treat the problem short, term, and then you turn around and find yourself gaining so much weight doing it, and it's awful. It's absolutely awful. And that's where I was, and I absolutely hated it. But honestly, as I've said in different videos in the past, I literally, and I kid you not, I literally thought that I would not make it past my 40s. And maybe you had the same story today. Maybe you can say, I felt like I was not going to make it through my 40s with my blood sugars. And that's exactly where it was. And I am here to tell you guys today, I am almost 41 years old. So I've made it, guys. I have made it. I'm super excited and pumped that I've made it. I do feel like my life is going to be longer than it was before. And it just, that's just what it is, guys. It's a game changer for me. And I hope it's become a game changer for you as well. So again, I would love to know your story. I'd love to know your thoughts as far as how this medication has changed your life. And are you dealing with the shortages like everybody else seems to be? Again, I would love to know what your story is and where you're at with your journey today. So if you have a chance, go ahead and drop it in the chat. Let me know. Let's get some dialogue going on today. I'm going to go back to the screen here and see. Jeffrey says, I still take insulin too. Turns around and said, my beginning A1C was 10. That the last one was 5.4. Wow, dude. Awesome. He says, for my next endocrinologist appointment, it's in May. So that's exciting to see, man. I'm supposed to be going to my endocrinologist. I think my A1C last time was around 6. So pretty happy with that. It's not pre-diabetes. It's not non-diabetic. In fact, I had a time where I was down to like 5.2. And I thought, you know what, when I go to this endocrinologist, when I go to my doctor, they are going to say, man, this is unbelievable. You are not even a diabetic. Now, I know that if you're a diabetic, you're a diabetic. There's no changing it because we can't really change our pancreas. And if your pancreas is damaged, it's not doing the job. That's just what it's going to be. But my blood sugar was so good, or my A1C, I thought for sure they were going to go, great job. You did an amazing job. But you know what? They didn't. They said, your blood sugars have been way too low. Your A1C is way too low. That tells us that you've had a lot of hyperglycemic moments. And, they're right. I had a lot of them that where my meter would go off at like 50. So I understand and get it. But I'm just trying to keep it around 6. So that's kind of right there in the target range where I want to be at. So, but that's me as a diabetic. As far as my weight, I'm still hovering around at 200, 195, 200. It goes back and forth. But that's good for me because I used to be 300 pounds and I don't want to get too thin. I say a lot of times, I don't want to be too thin and I don't want to lose a little bit more weight or anything like that. And then a lot of people go, I wish I was that way. You can have some of my weight, blah, blah, blah. I say this all the time on this channel. This channel should be an encouragement for you. If you are on one of these GLP-1s and you are struggling to lose weight, or I don't want to say get lower blood sugars, because almost everybody I've talked to they never have that issue. They never say, this does not really help my blood sugars. Not one person ever have I ever heard on this channel, ever in any comments, or even people locally that I know, has ever told me, man, this just does not work for my blood sugars. Absolutely not. But the common question is, what am I supposed to do when my blood sugars are okay, but my weight isn't coming off? I've been on this medication for X amount of months, X amount of weeks, and I have not seen 1 pound, maybe 5 pounds, maybe 10 pounds. Sometimes you lost 15 pounds. You lost 3 pounds this month, and then all of a sudden you come to a complete stop. You're not losing any more weight at all. That is a common question, and that is a common concern that a lot of people have in this community. And so I will say that I say this all the time: keep on going. Just keep going. Be consistent. Keep taking your medication, and every bit of time you get to exercise, even if it's a little, even if it's just a couple steps a day. I'm telling you guys, it's like the slight edge. Little bitty deals done every day, deposits, compound over time, and you will find it will eventually catch up, and you will start seeing that weight loss, and you'll start seeing those inches. Maybe you don't see the pounds on the scale per se, but maybe you'll start seeing those inches fall off your waist. For instance, this is just an example, and I'm going to read this. Jeffrey says, I've had a few low moments. Mine were because of the fast acting insulin. I haven't experienced appetite suppression. Seems like I'm always hungry. Maybe that's because of the insulin. Guys, listen, insulin is good for short term, but it's not the best for you. It does not help with appetite suppression, and it does not help with weight loss at all. In fact, it actually retains weight. And that's one of those things that it's just what it is, guys. It's always been that way. Insulin is just, the more insulin you put off, the more weight you gain. That's kind of like, why you want to have your A1C and your blood sugars low, because your insulin is working the right way. As far as the Mounjaro or Zepbound, it actually helps with your pancreas regulating your insulin. So that's what regulates and stabilizes your blood sugars. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but when your blood sugar spikes when you take Mounjaro, you might eat something that you shouldn't, like maybe a cheeseburger, some fries, perhaps maybe a ice cream, a shake or something. It'll spike, but then you'll notice, like, if you have a meter and you check it, you'll notice that like maybe 2 hours later, it'll just crash and come back down. It's because that Mounjaro or Zepbound, the GLP-1, the Tirzepatide, in my case, one of my favorites because it has a dual acting agonist, Semaglutide and the GIP, or GLP-1 and the GIP. They work together and it helps regulate that. But when you put extra insulin in, insulin helps store fat. And so that's where you get the weight loss or the weight gain. So Hype 876, welcome to this channel. I think it's a he. I'm sorry, maybe you or she. I'm not sure. But so far, I've lost 100 pounds with Mounjaro, but I gained because my dose was on back order. So I started to bloat. Guys, that is a common thing that we keep hearing. All of these back orders that's going on. That's one of the reasons why we have this show today, because we're going to talk about these back orders and what you can do. It's just an opportunity, a chance to be able to have something that's there for you if you need it. And then they said, it's a guy. Hype 876 is a guy. He's a dude. Insulin long-term will make you gain and give you gut. I hated it. That's absolutely true. For sure. I absolutely hated the fact of taking insulin. I still have insulin in case I have to take it. I haven't had to take it forever with Mounjaro. There are times when I've been off of Mounjaro for a few weeks, maybe 4 weeks. In fact, I did do a stint where I had to come off last year, the very beginning of last year. I had to come off of Mounjaro because my insurance wanted me to fail on 2 different GLP-1s. So they tried to put me on Ozempic. I said, no, wait. I tried Ozempic already. Ozempic did not work for me. I've already failed on it. So then they said, well, we're going to put you on Trulicity, which is the dulaglutide. So I tried the Trulicity, and absolutely, I chronicled my journey on it. Absolutely hated it. It did not help my blood sugars. It surely did not help my weight. My weight started climbing. My A1C started going up. And I actually did a stream on this, I believe, where I talked about how my endocrinologist doctor actually fought for me and helped me get back on Mounjaro. So if you haven't checked that out, I'll probably link it sometime after in this description of the stream. But it's a thing. Insurance is stupid. I don't know why they think that they have control and they're the doctors and tell you how you're supposed to take these medications and when you're supposed to take them. I just think it's absolutely plum trash. Jeffrey says, I have some extra pens in my refrigerator. They were the 7.5. I think that's what I'm doing now because mine is on back order as well. That's a pretty good idea, man. A lot of people have to go over to Ozempic right now because they can't find their dosage in the Mounjaro. And a lot of people also are just going down on the milligrams. So I did go down on the milligrams. As I said in the beginning of this show, I was at 15, dropped down to 12.5, dropped down to 10, and I found myself needing to come back to 15 personally myself. So I'd say for me, I'm a pretty chronicle. I don't even know if that's a word, chronicle. I'm a pretty chronicle. That's just chronic. I'm not talking about drugs either. That is a pretty chronic disease and deal that I have going on. And I'm just thankful for Mounjaro because if not, I'm telling you, I'd be in big trouble, guys. I really would. I'm just a really bad diabetic, and I did the low carbs. I did the ketogenic diet and stuff. And yeah, it dropped my A1C. It did drop my blood sugars. I was doing pretty good, but I can't, it is hard, guys, as a person, especially for me, as a father of 3 young kids, my wife, it is so hard to live a life where you have to eat just no carbs or very low carbs all the time. I just don't feel like it's really living. I know that somebody's going to get on here and say, you know what, that's jacked up, blah, blah, blah. You need to be doing this and you need to be doing natural and GLP-1s. I've heard people get on here and talk trash to me, say stuff like, you guys are dumb because, you don't know what the country, the government's trying to do to you, the stuff, blah, 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 blah. Guys, I do not even put any thought into those comments. Guys, listen, if you comment something on here and you're talking trash, I really don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. I just, move on and just keep doing what I do. So I think Sean is about to be joining us from Health Innovations. We're going to be talking about them today. Hype 876 says, wow, I didn't, Mounjaro did some intermittent fast. While he wasn't on Mounjaro, he did some intermittent fasting, small snacks, about 3.5, 1 meal. That way I didn't gain much. I only gained 5 to 10. Gosh, I cannot read. I only gained 5 to 6 pounds, which could be due to the bloating. So Jeffrey says, I eat keto-ish. That's a cool word, keto-ish. Keto-ish kind of something. I eat keto-ish. What is rough because I like my sweets as well. I try not to eat them. I'm not always successful, guys. That's everybody, guys, here. Everybody, we all have problems. We all struggle. It is what it is, I heard a song like that before from one of my kids, and it just stuck in my head right there. But anyways, guys, you guys are not alone. You guys are here and we are all together. We all struggle. We all move forward and we all try to get that encouragement to keep pushing on. And I hope that this channel helps you along your journey. If you are on a GLP-1 joining, if you are new, I hope that you are encouraged by this channel. I hope that if you have any questions, that you would feel free to send me an email, ridingthepeptidesshow, that's plural, show, at gmail.com. I would love to answer any questions that you may have when it comes to Mounjaro, zepbound, any of these GLP-1 drugs. I don't claim to be a doctor, and that's a disclosure right here. I am not a doctor. I cannot give you medical advice, but I can give you my personal opinion, my personal thoughts on what's worked for me and what's not worked for me. And guys, I've not only been on this for a long time, but and I guess a long time is really not 2 years, but it seems like it's been a pretty long time. But also I have been around a lot of people. I mean, I talk to thousands of people on this channel, and a lot of people locally, and I hear things, and some things are completely common that I hear all the time. And so I can give you advice when it comes to thoughts on things that I hear and what you could do. But again, if it comes down to medical advice, I am not a doctor and I cannot do that. So now that we've got that out of the way, yeah, guys, I'm the bearded Mounjaro bro, and I'm a bearded guy and I'm Mounjaro. So welcome to have you guys. Jeff, thanks, man. I love this hat too. I wear it all the time. It's one of my favorite hats. It feels great. Again, we're waiting on Tyler, Sean Tyler, Mr. Tyler. I think he's on here. I'm just trying to see if we can get him. I don't see any images of him on here. So, Tyler, I keep calling him Tyler. Sean, Mr. Sean, if you are on, buddy, just go ahead and let me know. Jeffrey says, I ran into you for beard grooming, didn't realize you were you were the Mounjaro man. It's a small world. Thankful to cross paths. Well, it's good to have you, Jeffrey. I know you're a supporter of this channel. I know you're always commenting on my videos, and man, I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate just your friendship on here, and it means a lot, brother. I really do. So, again, I think we may be having some issues going on with the video from Mr. Sean. But we are going to wait for him. I appreciate you guys' patience on here. Really do. We're going to get to this show very, very soon. So anyways, guys, let me know, how long have you been on your GLP-1? I'm just curious. Did you start on it this year, last year? Did you start it in 2022 when it first came out, as far as the Mounjaro goes, or zepbound? Ozempic, I know, has been out for a lot longer than that. So, yeah, so that's it's a great medicine, guys. So great. So we're just burning time right now. In the meantime, I'm a fragrance guy. Italian bergamot. Great stuff. And it's on sale for 40% off right now at Laundry Sauce. I know it sounds weird, Laundry Sauce. It's stuff that I use for my laundry. It makes your clothes smell really good. Really good. Amazing. Italian bergamot. All right. Hi, 876 says he started in November of 2022. So you kind of got on when it started, pretty much just a few months after. Jeffrey's been on it for about a year. Eau de Toilette. No, sir. This is Eau de Parfum, man. This is some strong stuff. It is great. That citrus in it is just killer. It's a citrus bomb. Citrus bomb. Okay. I think we've got Mr. Sean. Mr. Sean, he's here. We're going to bring him on, and we're going to talk about today's show and what we're going to be doing. So I'm super excited, guys. And so without further ado, we are going to bring him on. So make sure you give him a good, warm welcome right here. Mr. Sean, good to see you, brother. How you doing, buddy? Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit, yeah.
Let me turn myself up a little bit. Let me see here.
Can you hear me?
I hear you great, man. Absolutely. Great. Fantastic. Yeah, so we've just been talking about Mounjaro and talking about GLP-1s, and we've got people in the chat today that have experienced, what we all have experienced, back orders. That's what it seems to be like, back orders. Ever since that zepbound's come out, I mean, even before zepbound, we had problems with this Mounjaro being on back order, and even Ozempic and Wegovy. You see the FDA shortages throughout the last couple of years, and I believe that they're going to continue to get worse, my friend. I feel like this is just one of these things that we're starting to experience that we already had an idea ahead of time. We seen the curve, what was going to happen. We knew the shortages were going to come, especially now that we have zepbound now here open for people with obesity in public. A lot of these people are trying to get the brand name of Ozempic, trying to get the brand name of Mounjaro and zepbound, and finding that they can't do it. So this is why we're going to have this show today. We're going to talk about an awesome option for people. So I want to do an introduction today. This is Sean Tyler, and he is from Health Innovations right there in Kansas City, really close to where I'm at. I'm actually in Kansas, so I'm right there in the middle of the country, but he is too, pretty much. And we are kind of like in the same vein. We help people with weight loss and help people with diabetes. I personally don't really help in the same way. I mean, I don't have a program. I just kind of talk about it. And I think they are more for the weight loss, but it will help diabetes as well. So with that said, Sean, welcome to this channel. Welcome to the show, bro.
It's good to be back. Last time I was here, I actually had a beard, but it was my winter face. So my beard is now more of a 5 o'clock shadow thing.
Man, dude, I was like, dude, where's Sean at, man? Because this is not Sean.
Yeah,
Sean is my bearded brother.
Yeah, that's usually my winter face because I know I was going to
Right.
try some of the beard products, but now I have to wait again until the fall kicks around. But I'll be back.
All right, man. I'll have to bring you back on here. We'll talk about it.
Absolutely, but we've got more important things to talk about today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I am the brand ambassador for Health Innovations KC, and like you said, these products have been around for a while. It's been a Hollywood secret, and they've been using it for mostly weight loss. But the health benefits that come from these drugs are much more greater than that. And with Health Innovations KC, we can help alleviate a lot of problems for people, including weight and help with their diabetes and cholesterol and heart issues and so much more.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's super pumped to hear that today. Okay, so now that we talked about kind of who you are and what you do today, I want to share this with you guys today. Today, we will be giving over, I should say, we will be giving out. Health Innovations is sponsoring this show for the, I don't know, I think I probably told you a couple of times, but Health Innovations is a sponsor of this show today. And with their program that we're going to be talking about soon, we will have a couple of giveaways. So make sure you stay to the end because I want you guys to have an opportunity if you are going to move forward with at least entertaining the idea of this company and with the awesome opportunity that they offer with stability. You need to stay tuned because we want to share with you just in a little bit a couple of giveaways that the company has offered for my listeners today. So with that said, we're going to get into some questions for Sean today and get some answers, kind of going over the company. So that way you have an idea what it is and what they have to offer and how to move forward with this, being the fact that they are in Kansas City, maybe you're in Florida or California. I know a lot of my listeners are from New York. We're going to talk about these things and open it up for discussion. If you have any questions at the end, we're going to answer these questions. So the first question I have for you, Sean, is what are your thoughts on all the shortages going on with these GLP drugs right now?
And it's kind of a twofold thing because we know Big Pharma is famous for hoarding products from the public so they can hike up prices. And now with the Oprah effect happening, now that Oprah has said that she's taking these products, the demand is even greater. And I think it's a horrible thing for Big Pharma to do that. For one, the benefits of health that this provides a public that so desperately needs it for them to hike up the price. But we've seen that they don't care. Children's diabetes and elderly meds, they've been doing it for decades and holding it back. So I think that is initially a big problem that somehow needs to be corrected and figured out. And two, we have exclusive access here at Health Innovations KC, where we can get some of these products that are hard to find for some of those people, which is a great thing on that behalf. But again, I absolutely say talk to your primary healthcare physician and get all the information you need about these products to make sure they are helpful for you. And if you are having problems finding these drugs that you need in your area and you're closer to us or that we can get those to you, that you do reach out to us because we just might be able to help.
Awesome. All right. So what do you predict within the next 6 months of these GLP-1 drugs like Mounjaro or Zepbound? And when it comes to these shortages and availability?
Wow. And again, it's hard to actually predict, but I can see them making the problem worse just so they can continue to hike up the price. But I think somehow, luckily and unluckily, because it is an election year, that you might see some movement because it could sway the needle either way for political parties to do something about that, to be more advantageous, to get voters in to the voting booths, that they will do something that shows they're at least trying to help get these drugs that are much needed in a lot of these communities out there by putting a pressure on Big Pharma to make these drugs more readily available.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that too, for sure. A lot of crazy things happen in election years.
Yeah.
So a lot of people may be saying, I understand Tirzepatide, I understand, Ozempic, or maybe I said that wrong. I understand Mounjaro. I understand zepbound. I understand Ozempic, but what exactly is a compound? I've heard of these GLP-1s, the name brands, but what is a compound? A lot of people don't know what a compound is. And we talk about compounds all the time as if, people know what a compound is, but I know my mom takes Mounjaro. If I mentioned compound to her, she'd be like, what is a compound? So explain to our audience what a compound is.
So a compound is more or less a combination of these drugs to compound. I mean, you get the word compound is exactly what it says it is, to get these drugs together to have less of the actual product itself, but to be more effective in its usage.
Okay. So basically what you're saying, let me make sure I understand what you're saying. What you're saying is basically it's the same thing as the name brand,
yes,
minus the label.
Absolutely.
Of the brand. So
it's
Eli Lilly.
From you going to get Tylenol, or are you just going to get a basic
aspirin or something
from Kirkland or Sam's Club? It's going to be the exact same medication. It's just without the name brand. So you're not paying the name brand price, but you're getting the same product.
Right. And I will say that can you still hear me pretty good?
Yes.
Okay. So I know in the past when I started doing and hearing about compounds, the first thing I thought is, well, how do you know they're safe? You're injecting something into your body. When somebody goes to the pharmacy, they get something, they just automatically feel like it's safe because the pharmacy's behind it, it's backing it. You have Eli Lilly, if you're on Mounjaro or Zepbound, that's behind it, that they are a reputable brand. You have, on this side, Novo Nordisk, when it comes to these other things like Ozempic, Wegovy, you just know that it's going to be safe. But my thoughts in the beginning was, how do you know it's safe? You're injecting this medication into your body, but along the way, I've realized that it's crazy. Eli Lilly actually, from what I've understand, Eli Lilly actually has third parties out there, and they're different companies that actually make these compounds the same way. And they make the pens, the injection pens, and they're overseas where they're made, and they get them all put together, and then they sell them to you under their brand name for like 20 times the amount of what they're really worth. And it's crazy. But here, when you enter into the compounds, it's the same exact thing made by probably sometimes the same people. I mean, they're pharmacies that are held to a high accountability when it comes to being clean and sterile. These places could be sued if they don't do things right. So they are held to a high standard when it comes to making compounds, because you're not talking about, you're making a compound to make some food. You're talking about, or make some deal. You're talking about somebody that is making something that's going to be injected into a human body. So there is a form of trust there that you have to have, knowing that these are the same type of companies, third parties, pharmacies that are making these compounds. So these compounds that you pick up and buy are going to be the same compound as, say, an injection pen that you get in your box of Mounjaro or Zepbound or a Wegovy or Ozempic. The only difference is it's a lot cheaper. And yeah, you'll have the FDA, from what I've understand. I keep saying from what I understand, because I don't want people to come back and like sue me or something for saying something. But from what I understand, and this isn't gospel, but from what I understand, I feel personally, this is just my personal thoughts, Sean. This isn't Bible here, but I feel like the FDA is probably kind of partnered with Big Pharma, and they're going to tell you that you shouldn't get compounds because they're dangerous, but yet the FDA will turn around and say, well, you can buy these compounds when they're in a shortage. It is a legal thing to sell compounds when they are in a shortage, right? So it's kind of like, do they side with Big Pharma or do they not side with Big Pharma? I just don't know sometimes, but I do know that FDA understands compounds. So they say that it is approved. So you can't sit there and go, man, I'm scared to take a compound because it's just not that. Well, if it's so bad, I don't think the FDA would approve it on a shortage. I just wouldn't, you know what I mean? They wouldn't do it. They shouldn't do it. But anyways,
as long as you're not getting this medication over the counter at the gas station and you're getting it from a facility that is actually a medical facility like Health Innovations KC, then you're getting safe compounds, you're getting safe meds. Exactly. That's why we always encourage that you definitely are in touch with your primary care physician and you know exactly where you're getting your medications from. So again, highly advised to only get these medications from a medical facility. Do not buy them out of the trunk of someone's car at the beauty salon. Do not get them at a spa per se, but I would highly advise and recommend that you only do so in a medical facility.
That's good. That's good, Sean. I completely agree, man. That's you need to know exactly where you're getting your medication from. Absolutely. And it needs to be a trusted, well-respected facility, medical facility that knows, that has clinicians that are licensed, that know about the medical aspect of this type of stuff, you know,
because you wouldn't buy your blood pressure medicine from the convenience store.
Exactly. Yeah, so, exactly.
Same deal.
Exactly. Okay. So what is Health Innovations and what do they do?
So Health Innovations KC, we do a lot of things here, but especially with in regard to ozempic and Semaglutide and the GLP-1 drugs, we are a medical facility. We are advised by doctors and with doctors' care to every one of our patients that come through to make sure they're getting the proper dosage. We're making sure that they're evaluated beforehand so they know exactly what they're supposed to get. And we help through the entire process to make sure that they are using these medications safely and properly, and that they are providing the exact care and usage that they are prescribed for each patient. So again, this is done with medical supervision. And we are there every step of the way, answering questions, helping assist to make sure that you are doing the other things that you need to do daily to make sure that these medications are working properly to give you the proper cause and effect. So, and that is in eating properly and proper physical conditioning, if that's what's necessary for you, and vice versa.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So my next question for you is, what does Health Innovations offer when it comes to the consumer looking for these weight loss medications or diabetes medications when they are not able to acquire them, like we've just recently been experiencing for this, you know, quadruple time over the last few years?
Yeah. So again, we have exclusive access to these drugs where you might not be able to get them from your pharmacy because of demand, and where there might actually be a pharmacy that's only trying to get Ozempic and they're not trying to get a compound. So they're telling you that we can't get them because they are pushing a name brand on you, as opposed to just trying to get you the medication that you need. We are trying to more or less get you what you need when you need it. And we have access to those compounds as well as the name brands when they are available to us. And we can assist in making sure that you get them and your prescriptions filled on time to make sure that happens for you.
Awesome. 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 Okay. All right. So what plan and options are offered and what is the price ranges? A lot of people may be saying, well, okay, so we know you have an option for plans. What exactly are these options and plans? What exactly do you guys offer on these GLP-1s, and how does these plans work? And so I'm going to kind of put up here as you're talking the plans that you guys offer and the pricing. So
exactly,
talk about these. Go ahead, bud.
So with Semaglutide, we have a 6-month commitment. And the reason why we offer a 6-month commitment is we don't want you to just try it one time and think, okay, this isn't working for me. I need to stop, or no, it takes time to get this in your system for it to work. So we want to make sure that we give you the proper amount of time where you can see the health benefits start to show, which is why we offer you these commitment packages so that you can be locked in and get the drugs and see the effects that are starting to happen. So with the 6-month commitment, it's $399 without the 6-month commitment. And now this is only for semaglutide. For tirzepatide, we have $499 per month for the first 2 months. And then the 3rd month, you see the pricing there, $535, 4th month, $635, and so forth and so on. And of course, these prices are subject to change due to supply chain challenges that might occur. And again, that is not us. That is the availability of the drugs coming in.
All right. So really, that's a really good, honestly, that a lot of people, they have insurance, which, okay, a lot of people, they have the $25 voucher, which that's great. But there's a lot of times where you might have that insurance, but you don't have the drug. It's on back order, or you can't get it at all. And this is an option for you. And some people,
this is without insurance, by the way.
Yep, without insurance. So really, I know a lot of people have told me that their insurance doesn't approve this. They've had to pay $800. I mean, even $800, guys. I mean, you can simply look at the screen right there and see, you know, that you can get like the Tirzepatide, which is your Mounjaro or Zepbound. You can get the 15 milligrams for $675 compared to $800.
I've heard $1,200, $1,500 horror stories.
Wow.
And that's per month.
Wow. That's insane. And, you know, a lot of people may have a lot of money to do that, but my gosh, who would not want to save money and just buy a compound? I mean, if it works the same, you know, if it's going to look the same as far as the results, come on, guys, nobody's even going to know what the container, the pen looks like. You know, they're not going to see that stuff. They're just going to see your results. You know, if you want to lose the weight, you want to have good health, you want to get your diabetes under control, you want to save money, this is an option for you. So again, that's great pricing. I mean, 15 milligrams, the top of Tirzepatide, when it normally runs $1,250, $1,300. And that's the MRS or MSRP price for this medication going for it. Yes, Jeffrey is asking, is Mounjaro Tirzepatide? Yes, the Tirzepatide is going to be your Mounjaro and your Zepbound. So yes, those are the two. It's going to be the Mounjaro. Just to remind you, Mounjaro is marketed for diabetes. Zepbound, same thing, but it's marketed for obesity, for weight loss, and so on. The Semaglutide, whichever way you say it, that's going to be your Ozempic, and that's going to be your Wegovy. So same thing. You can have the Wegovy that's going to have just a little bit slightly different dosage, but it's going to be for weight loss. And then you're going to have Ozempic, which is the same compound. As we said, the Semaglutide or Semaglutide, it's going to be the same compound. This is the compound. Tirzepatide is the compound that we're talking about today. And those are going to be the same.
And I feel like the Hair Club for Men president when I say this, that I'm also a client. I'm just not the spokesperson. And I've been on the semaglutide for about 6 months now. I'm about 35 pounds lighter. And I like to tell my friends again that I can see my neckline once again. And cholesterol is down, blood pressure is down. So this stuff does work when it's used properly. So I just want to make sure I mention that.
Absolutely. Awesome. Okay, so kind of going over the information of Health Innovations. Again, they are from Kansas City. As you see on the screen in front of you, this is their email address. You can simply email this email address and chat with them. This is the phone number. Again, in the top right, you're going to find their address right there in Kansas City, Missouri. And today we are offering, I would say, enjoy it with Health Innovations, a free B12 and lipotropic injection to the first 2 people who join Health Innovations program. But here's the key. You have to reference the Riding the Peptide show. So if you're on my show today, Riding the Peptides, if you are interested in these plans, get a hold of, you can get a hold of Sean, you can get a hold of James, They both, James, I believe, is the founder. He's the head guy at Health Innovations. They will take care of you. They will get you started. They'll answer all your questions farther than what you've learned today. I think Sean has done a great job answering questions for us today. But there are going to be some people that will have questions on how this works, or, you know, a question that we may have missed. Now,
and we
Sean,
encourage you to ask every question that you may have. There are no dumb questions when it comes to your health and how these drugs can benefit you either in weight loss or with your diabetes. So whatever questions you may have, we have medical personnel that are ready to answer them. And to add to this deal that we have, I've been authorized to offer 20% off as well for the next 24 hours if you call in to join and mention the Riding the Peptide Show.
Awesome, man. 20%. That is incredible, guys. Now, Jeffrey has asked, do you have a website? They do have a website. Do you want to tell them what your website is? Mess it up.
healthInnovationskc.com.
Okay, I'll put it in the stream too, and the scroll on the bottom ticker. Now that's healthInnovationskc.
Yes.
Okay, .com. Boom. There you guys go. You can see it right there. I'm going to have it scrolling, actually. Give me 1 second. Boom. There you go. It's on the bottom scrolling right now. Okay, so we're going to ask another question. Okay, well, you've already answered it. Man, awesome. I was going to say, how is Health Innovations working and partnering with the Riding the Peptide Show? Well, I guess I kind of expound a little bit on my side if you have anything else you want to follow up with that. So I have worked with James for the last, I don't know, several months. We've talked about the GLP-1s. He's kind of given me his vision and how his company is and how it's been working. And I've seen him progress. His visions of opportunity has expanded. And I think it's incredible. I think that, I don't see a lot of clinics out there that are offering these type of plans. I think it's a special thing. I personally feel like it's a unique deal, and I'm sure a lot of people may do it that I don't know about it, but I see a lot of things and I have not seen it yet. But they are a supporter of this channel. So if you love this channel, you got to give them love for supporting me on this channel. But just take advantage of what they have to offer. If you're having a hard time finding it and you want to be consistent, here's the thing. This is just a side thought. If you were to get on their plan, you would probably never, ever have to worry ever about another shortage or month lost with your medication. You know, you take your stuff now, you just don't know if there's going to be another shortage. Now, Now, as far as, the FDA approval, somebody might come on here and say, well, what's going to happen when mounjaro is taken off the shortage list, and the FDA says that it's not legal or they can't sell anymore. I just don't see that happening.
No,
I just don't. I mean, the industry is just so massive. It's hard to keep up. And there's just more and more people that are still discovering mounjaro. They're still discovering zepbound. I mean, people have been on mounjaro for a while, but I'm telling you, zepbound is still exploding. People are still overweight. They're not going to, hey, Sean, it's not going to end. There are people going to have obesity for a long time because that's the world we live in. It's just what it is.
This has been around for a while, but it was basically something that only the wealthy could take part in. And as it became a more common thing and more testing was done and they saw the benefits in different areas, then they just kind of expanded the reach into different things because they were primarily using it for weight loss. And then they saw the health benefits for diabetics. And here we are. And there's still more testing and more news comes out every day on these drugs. And that's why I think the availability is only going to get better.
Absolutely. Hey, I do got a question, and I'm sorry it is kind of off the cuff today, but do you guys offer any credit type, say somebody doesn't have the money, like the cash or their money in the bank account to do this, but they have credit and maybe they want to get some type of in-house finance. Maybe you don't have it. I don't know. I really haven't talked to James about it.
We absolutely do have a lot of payment plan options for you. So when you call us 816-298-7980, ask about payment options and credit availability, because we do offer several different programs that could help you subsidize your costs.
Awesome. Awesome. And that's going to be something that's going to help a lot of people, because a lot of people may have the medication now and they're like, man, I want to get some. I need to get on a program because I do maybe want to get it next month and just make that change now. But
Absolutely.
I still have the medication I have now. I want to finish it, but I want to start that. But I don't have the money. But I have the credit. I want to get on that. Maybe they want to take advantage right now, that 20% off that only lasts for 24 hours. If you mention this show, if that's you, this is a great time to take advantage of that. Maybe you can enter into this program and say, well, I've got a month still of taking this, but I'll go ahead and sign up and maybe we can start next month. That's probably would be an opportunity to do that, right?
And I don't even want to use the word credit, because if credit is an issue, there are still other payment options available for you to subsidize these payments and still be able to get these medications to make sure that you're getting what you need when you need it.
Awesome. Because this company, from what I've understood and what I've learned, they actually care about the people. They want to make sure that you succeed in your health and your weight loss. And so that's why they want to be there when you're doing it. They want to keep you accountable, but they want to make sure that it's working, because if it's not benefiting and helping you, then they have not done their job. And I believe that's kind of what you said last time you were on the show. You feel like, listen, if we're not helping you, we're not doing our job.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of the heart of the whole company of Health Innovations. This is a way that we innovate an opportunity to help you have good health, which is going to create good wealth, whether that be, just having a longer life with your family and being able to do and enjoy the things that you want to do without having to worry about, like me, like I said in the beginning of the show, I didn't think I was going to make it past my 40s, and now I have hope, and that's just kind of their heart of this opportunity of sharing with you guys this drug, and this, not just the drugs, but the program behind it, of how they work alongside of you to get you to where you want to go and where you want to be and where you need to be.
All right. And to answer Jeff's question about shipping, it is shipped to a clinic in your area. So Jeff, yes, absolutely.
Awesome. That's a good question, Jeff. Good question. Okay. So the last thing that I want to share before we take questions and answers, even though we've been taking questions, we're going to open it up for any more questions before we get off. But the last thing, we're going to expand more into the giveaway. This giveaway, what is this giveaway? Now this is MIC, as you see, and this is a vitamin B12. So these are inexpensive, minimally invasive procedures that boost energy and increase metabolism of fats. They're touted as safe, reliable weight loss treatments, but do they work? The question is absolutely, and the answer is yes, they do. They do work. They give you the energy. I've heard a lot of people take vitamin B12 with their Tirzepatide, the MIC, methionine, N-acetyl chlorine is supposed to help boost that as well, and it just enhances it as well, from what I understand. Do you have anything, Sean, you want to follow? What's that?
And fat burning benefits.
Fat burning. So if you're trying to get that fat burned and help the metabolism increase, this is a good option for you. Again, this is going to be a free giveaway for the first 2 people on this show to go start the program. Again, you're not only going to get the free giveaway of the 2 compounds and the injections, but you are also going to have your Tirzepatide or Semaglutide, however you want to call it.
And a 20% discount for the next 24 hours.
Yes. So, I mean, that's a great deal, guys. So make sure you get a hold of Health Innovations if you are interested. Remember, you need to reference Riding the Peptide Show, and they will take care of you. They'll get you taken care of as far as getting you on a program and following up with you guys. So we're going to open it up right here. Does anybody have any more questions today for Sean for Health Innovations? We're going to open it up right here. If you have any questions, any more before we get you guys going on your day, we would love to answer any questions that you may have. Sean, do you have any questions for me by chance, buddy?
I do not, actually. I just want to, again, to encourage people that if you're interested and you're not quite sure, call that number or send us an email and ask whatever questions that you may have so we can get those questions answered for you. Because, again, this is a business. So, of course, we're into making a little money, but it is very important for us to get you the health benefits that you need to help you have a better lifestyle. So if you've got a question on any of these drugs and how they could benefit you, then I encourage you to hit our email at healthInnovationskc@gmail.com or the website healthInnovationskc.com, or give us a call, 816-298-7980, and our medical staff will get those questions answered for you.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that is going to be the end of our show. We are at the end. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. Again, Health Innovations KC at gmail.com is going to be their email address to get a hold of them. And again, that will get you to the right people that will help you to get out of this shortage that you've been in. Maybe you are now, or maybe you just got out of one, but I'm telling you, they are going to continue to happen. It's not going to be, something that just happened and it's not going to happen again. I mean, I seen them last year consistently. And so Jeff says, my work is going through a transition period and I'm not sure what's going on with the insurance. So I will not know. So I will know for sure in May or June what is happening. So again,
and Jeff, you don't have to wait again, because the prices that we offered were not through insurance, and we do have payment options that are available. Even if you have a credit issue, we do offer payment options for you that could help. So make sure you go to the website, healthInnovationskc, or give us a call, because we can definitely help. And we're fully stocked right now, by the way, as well. So
awesome. Well, all right, guys. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us, Sean. I appreciate you checking out this channel today, guys. Sean, we're gonna get you guys on the board as far as sharing with you guys on this channel their information. And because I'm telling you guys, there's nothing worse than having something that works and then you can't get it anymore. It's like they just rip it from you and you're like, what the heck, And so I wanted to share with you guys an opportunity to help you guys be more consistent on your Mounjaro or Tirzepatide compounds, or your Ozempic, Wegovy, whatever you're on. If you're struggling with it, this is an option for you.
Yeah, and Jeff, don't wait, because once you start to miss those shots, the momentum that you're gaining to get to your health goal it's staggered a little bit. So don't stop if you can't. That's why it's important for you to reach out, and we can help make sure that you can continue getting your meds.
All right. Well, Sean, thanks so much, man, for joining our channel today in the show. I appreciate you guys, and we will make sure that everybody knows to go check out Health Innovations.
Good health, Godspeed to everybody. Thank you.
You too, buddy. Have a good weekend.
Take care.
All right, guys, that is the end of the show. Thank you so much for joining. Again, if you have any questions, make sure that you drop them in the chat or email me. Make sure you go to healthInnovationskc.com. They will help you out. They'll get you taken care of as far as any questions. This is going to absolutely be a big deal for a lot of people. So again, thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button now. Give me a like, share this video with all the people that you know that may be having problems with shortages. This will be something that will help them, guys. This is something that is going to absolutely be a game changer for some people that have been struggling with being consistent with their medication because of the shortages. So again, if you have any questions, I'm here. I always try to do my best on answering every question that people have that they give me. If you want to support this channel, you can. If you want to become a member, I'll drop it below, as slow as not $1.99, guys, a month, way cheaper than a coffee. It'll give you exclusive perks for checking out videos that are just exclusive only for memberships, and also videos that I post that are hours before or sometimes days before the general public. I know it probably doesn't seem like a huge thing, but it's a huge thing to me when I get support for this channel, because it's a small growing channel. It is growing, but I do a lot of things and I have family. It takes a lot of time doing this. So it's just a little kickback to help me with my time with this content and to improve it and make it better for you guys. So again, thank you so much for checking this out. I just appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. Enjoy this nice warm weather wherever you're at. At least for me in Kansas, it's in the 80s. Tomorrow's 90s. Hallelujah. So thankful for the hot weather. And guys, as I say all the time, be blessed and have a good one, man. Thank you so much, and women, for checking this out. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.